it's Lucas. You're watching my Sarcastic Kitchen where I make whatever the I want. Today's Valentine's Day episode where I'm gonna make some dark chocolate cupcakes with a raspberry buttercream. The first thing we're gonna do, we need to preheat this oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The first ingredients, we're gonna add our dry ingredients. We need some flour, some dark chocolate cocoa powder, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. We're gonna add those right in. We're gonna whisk these ingredients together so they're all properly combined. There we go. All right, and we should get something that looks a little bit like this. In the separate bowl, we're gonna add our wet ingredients next. We have to add eggs, sugar, brown sugar, oil, and the vanilla. I tried to be cool by catching them in the air and I totally missed. And the egg is all over the ground. Thanks, Ari. You're a team player.
This is what happens when you try to be cool in the kitchen, kids.
Can you grab me another egg out of the fridge, please?
I can.
So we're back. We're gonna now add eggs into our bowl. We're gonna take our second egg. Got it. Perfect. All right, so we have our eggs in. Next, we're gonna add in our sugar, right into that. Brown sugar, some vegetable oil, and our vanilla. All right, mix this all together and blend it nice, whisk it. Excuse me, this is my show, not yours. Thank you. Now we have all of our wet ingredients mixed together. So we're gonna take our dry ingredients from before. We're gonna add in half of this at a time. And then we're gonna add in our buttermilk, half of this at a time. So here's the first half. There we go. And half of our buttermilk. There we go. And mix this together. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, and it smells so good. It smells like the nice bitter dark chocolate. It's perfect. All right, now I'm gonna add in the rest of the half of the dry mix. That's all in. Add in the rest of our buttermilk there. Now, buttermilk is a really curious thing. It has some nice tang to it. Buttermilk will also really keep the cupcakes really moist. That's what I love about this recipe. These cupcakes are so moist inside. Oh, moist, what a creepy word. Especially for Valentine's Day. Ariana is dry heaving in the back right now behind all the equipment. But that's what this cupcake is. It's nice and moist. It's not dry. Nobody likes a dry cupcake. Everybody loves a wet cupcake. Was it that funny? Okay, so we're combining all of our dry and wet ingredients together. You do not want to overmix this as well, because once you overmix it, that's when your air bubbles in your cupcake get really small and tight. And then your cupcake is tight, and nobody wants a tight cupcake either. There we go. So there's our batter right there. Perfect. Now that the batter is all done, we're gonna line our cupcake tray with some foil liners. I have some gold ones here because I thought they would look pretty awesome with some pretty awesome cupcakes. The trick with filling these cupcake liners, I take an ice cream scoop. It gives you kind of like an even pour every time. It eliminates most of the mess. Granted, I'm probably gonna make a mess. I mean, did you see what I did with that egg? Okay, there we go. Yes, oh, I'm so good. There we go, okay. Now we have our cupcakes all filled. They're perfectly filled up to the half so they don't go over and burn. We're gonna pop these in the oven for like 18 to 20 minutes. We just took our cupcakes out of the oven. They look awesome, just like I knew they would. They're perfect. Stop rolling your eyes.
I was
Okay.
checking to see if I was in the light.
Okay. All right.
Damn,
It's
you're
fine.
so touchy.
It's fine. It's fine. We're good. We got perfect cupcakes. It's fine.
Yeah, you're right. They are
They
perfect.
are perfect. We're gonna move on to making our buttercream. We're making a raspberry buttercream frosting. What you need for your buttercream is some butter, powdered sugar, raspberries, salt, and heavy whipping cream. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to puree our raspberries. So I have 6 ounces of raspberries here. Let's stick them in a food processor, and we're gonna process these down until they're all macerated together. Yes, that is what we want. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put it through a sieve, pour this right in. So I'm just gonna press the juice right through the strainer so that we leave nothing but the seeds into the bowl. Did that make sense? No. You want nothing but the seeds left in the strainer. That made sense, yes. Okay, so now we have our raspberry puree. We're gonna add in, I was so afraid I was gonna drop it. We're gonna add in 1 cup of softened butter. We're gonna add in the salt. Put that right in there, and then we're gonna add in the heavy whipping cream. I have my mixer here. We're gonna whip this all together. We're gonna whip it for about 2 minutes. We wanna make sure it's nice and fluffy. You wanna start off on a slow speed so you don't like splatter everything out of your bowl. Okay, so now we have all that combined. We're gonna add in our raspberry puree next. All right, our buttercream is all finished. Look at that. I have a little surprise. This is our secret weapon. I have some good old Nutella here. We're gonna fill each and every one of these cupcakes with Nutella. In order to fill these cupcakes, you need something that is kind of round to push down the centers. I have the knife sharpener from my knife set. We're gonna use this to kind of make a hole in the center of the cupcake. So I'm gonna kind of show you how this goes here. I'm gonna push down right in the center. Perfect. All right, we have our holes made inside of our cupcakes. Now we're gonna go ahead and fill them with Nutella. So I'm just taking a spoon and I'm just gonna let it kind of just fall right in. It's a really slow process, but it's going. There we go. Yes, okay, that works. I just used half of this to fill these cupcakes. This is a big ass jar. Like, I'm a saint at this point. Like, Pope canonized me. I just made a miracle. We have our raspberry buttercream in a piping bag with a star tip ready to go. I'm just gonna pipe some nice rosettes on the top of these cupcakes, make them look pretty. We're gonna garnish them, and then we're done. So I'm gonna start on the outside. It's gonna fill the entire outside. There we go, and then we're gonna work our way in, and top it off. So now we have our garnishes. All we're going to do is we're going to put a single raspberry on top of each of these. We're going to take a mint leaf, as a little raspberry leaf, tuck it behind it. And then I'm going to show you how I make these awesome little chocolate heart decorations to tuck inside of it as well. In order to make the chocolate hearts, I went ahead and I bought some chocolate candy melts, and I created this double boiler system. So I have a pot of boiling water, and I put the chocolate candy melts into a metal bowl on top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt them down until they're nice and smooth, and I'm going to fill them into a piping bag, and I'll pipe out the chocolate hearts onto some wax paper and let them harden. However, if you're using a metal bowl on top of a pot of boiling water, it's gonna get hot. And in order to protect your hand, you probably shouldn't use a flammable towel. And here I'm going to show you why. Oh, that's on fire.
Oh, it's on fire.
That's on fire. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out.
Lucas just set a towel on fire.
I'm fine. My hand is fine.
It smells really bad.
It smells really bad, but we are A-okay here at my Sarcastic
We're
Kitchen.
safe.
Things are just getting a little hot and heavy in here. So yeah, that happened. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Anyway, this is how I am piping out my hearts. I'm leaving a little bit of a tail at the end so I have something to stick into the cupcake. We'll stick them in and we'll finally have some finished cupcakes. All right, there we go. We have all of our fantastic cupcakes that we just made. We gotta try this. Come on in here. Let's try one of these cupcakes. All right, here we go. There's yours, and here's mine. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh god.
What have I done?
What have you done?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Even the mint leaf on top of everything.
You actually.
I did.
Give him the outro. Lucas.
All right, let's get the outro going here. You just watched me make some dark chocolate raspberry cupcakes, and honestly, life does not get any better than this. If you liked what you saw, give a like, a comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on my Sarcastic Kitchen.